Hi friends, I have another book for you. This one is a little bit longer, and as you learn to read, this is one for you. It's a great starter. This one is called The Boy Who Could Find Anything. It's by Joan, Lowery, Nixon. Are you ready? David swung back and forth on the lowest branch of Mr. Franklin's tree. Have you ever swung on a branch? Mr. Franklin rubbed his bald head. "I wonder where my straw hat went," he said. David swung high. Ah! And the branch broke! Down fell David and the branch. Oh no! What's that? Something fell in his lap. "Is this your hat, Mr. Franklin?" David asked. "Yes," Mr. Franklin said. "It must have gotten caught in the tree. What a smart boy you are for finding things, David." Linda came by on her bike. "Did you say David is smart about finding things?" she asked Mr. Franklin. "Yes, he is," Mr. Franklin said. "He found my hat." "Come home with me," Linda said to David. "Help me find my cat." Oh no, her cat is missing. David walked to Linda's house, next door to Mr. Franklin's house. He tripped over the small fence by the front porch and fell on his face. Ouch! Oh, his poor face. From where he lay on the grass, he could see under the porch. What is under there? "Linda," he said, picking himself up, "if you look under your porch, you'll find your cat. And you'll find something extra. Your cat had kittens." Oh, he found the cat, and there are more kittens under there, babies. Linda got down on the ground, and she looked under the porch. Then she jumped up. "Mr. Franklin was right," she said. "You are so smart. You can find anything." So he found the hat because he broke the branch, and then he found the cat because he tripped and fell down. He has accidents, but it helps him find things. Mrs. Sanchez leaned out of her kitchen window. "Did you say David could find anything?" she called. "Could he find my can of pepper?" She needs help too. Do you think that he'll be able to find the pepper? Let's find out. David walked across Linda's lawn to Mrs. Sanchez's house and into her kitchen. Mrs. Sanchez was looking in one of her cupboards. "I don't know what happened to my big can of pepper," she said to David. "Please help me find it." David saw a bowl of pudding on the table. It was warm and spicy with cinnamon smells. He put a finger in the pudding and tasted it while Mrs. Sanchez wasn't looking. Oh, that wasn't very nice. David made a face. He stuck out his tongue and tried to cool it. Finally, he took a deep breath and said, "Mrs. Sanchez, I think I know where your can of pepper is." Where do you think the pepper is? "I think your can of pepper fell into the pudding bowl when you weren't looking." Mrs. Sanchez took a spoon with a long handle and pulled out the can of pepper. Oh no, it was in the pudding. "Linda was right, David," she said. "You are so smart. You can find anything." She dialed her telephone. "Mr. Adams," she yelled into the phone, "I am sending David over to your house. He can find anything. He'll help you find your false teeth." Oh. He's got lots of neighbors who need his help, doesn't he? David walked across the lawn to Mr. Adams' house next door. Old Mr. Adams had a hard time telling David he couldn't find his teeth. Where are his teeth? Oh no. David sat in a chair to think about where the teeth might be. He jumped up shouting, "Ouch!" Uh-oh, where do you think his teeth are? Mr. Adams' false teeth were in the chair. "David," Mr. Adams said as soon as he put in his teeth, "Mrs. Sanchez was right. You are so smart. You can find anything." "Who can find anything?" Tommy asked from the doorway. "I can," David said. He is such a helpful boy, even when he finds things by mistake. Oops. There we go. "Then will you come with me to my house?" Tommy asked. "My mother told me to take care of my little brother, only he's hiding from me and I can't find him anywhere." He lost his brother. As soon as they were in Tommy's house next door, David said, "Where have you looked for your little brother?" Uh-oh, do you think that David can find his brother? That's a pretty important find. "Everywhere," Tommy said, "inside and outside." "Where is the baby brother?" "Oh no, where is he at?" "I'll sit here and think very hard about where he could be," David said. He flopped on the sofa. It bent and creaked. Does David do it again? David heard a strange sound under the sofa. He stood up and said to Tommy, "If you look under the sofa, that's where you'll find him hiding." Let's see if that's true. Tommy crawled under the sofa and pulled out his little brother. He found him. "Mr. Adams was right, David," he said. "You are so smart. You can find anything." The door flew open and Tommy's father, Mr. Greenlee, rushed into the room, waving his briefcase. "Did I hear you say David is so smart and that he can find anything?" he asked. "Maybe he can find my speech. It's not in my briefcase." Uh-oh, he's got to find some papers that tell him what to say at a meeting. He waved his briefcase so wildly that David stepped back into the bookcase. The bookcase wobbled and shook, and a book fell off the top. What do you think is in that book? David tried to catch it, but instead he caught a handful of papers. "My speech," Mr. Greenlee said. "I left it in the dictionary." "David, Tommy was right. You're so smart. You can find anything." David walked out on the front porch. He watched Mr. Greenlee run to his car, still waving his briefcase. He's got to go off and give his speech now. David hurried home and into the living room. "Mom!" he shouted. "I've got something to tell you." "Before you do," his mother said, "I want you to pick up your shoes." Uh-oh, he didn't clean up. "What shoes?" David asked. "The ones right in front of your nose," his mother said. "The ones you thought you had lost." She held out a paper. "Here is the homework you couldn't find this morning." It was on the table. He had some things that he lost at his house. "And here's the football you were looking for, just where you left it on the dining room chair." He lost shoes, his homework, and a football. "Now," his mother asked, "what is it you wanted to tell me?" David said happily, I just wanted to tell you that everyone on our block says I'm so smart. I can find anything. What does the mommy think about that? David's mother laughed and laughed. David wondered why. Mommy couldn't get Ham to find things, but he was able to help everybody else around the neighborhood, wasn't he? That's the end of that story. Bye.